Well, good morning. I'm delighted to be here. Particularly, I'm accompanied by Mary Eileen Tracy, who's a flight attendant, and we want to thank Mary Eileen and all of her fellow flight attendants for the great service they've done during this pandemic. They are certainly essential workers, and we could not have maintained our airline traffic through the months without these incredible men and women. So thank you very much, Eileen. Also pleased to have Dan Birch, who's the TSA Federal Security Director for Rhode Island. Airline travel is taking off again, and that's another sign of the economic recovery, and we're pleased to see that. But it also means we're going to have to reacquaint ourselves with long lines and longer wait times. The best air travel advice that I've heard for this coming summer is plan ahead, pack your mask, and pack your patience, because we hope we're going to have a lot of very full aircrafts coming in and out of Rhode Island T.F. Green International Airport. Unfortunately, not everyone's gotten the word about wearing a mask and doing it properly in the airport and on the aircraft. And we've seen an incredible spike in incidents between passengers and flight attendants and flight crew, and that's totally unacceptable. The incidents of aggression and violence have been up about 20 times the amount experienced prior to the pandemic. The FAA has already received 2,500 reports of unruly passengers this year. That, again, is unacceptable. Federal agencies are starting to crack down, and airlines are taking steps such as suspending the use or serving of alcohol on the aircraft. But more must be done to protect the hardworking cabin crews and TSA officers who are working to get us safely to our destination. It begins by frankly, just being courteous and following the rules. A good number of incidents have involved federal mask requirements. And I will reiterate, wearing a mask on an airplane and at an airport is still required for everyone, even if you have been vaccinated. Agree or disagree, the mask requirement is in place to help prevent the spread of COVID-19. And while vaccines will make us safe, as Dr. Fauci reminds us, we don't have vaccine passports, so we don't know who is vaccinated or not. So for that reason, as well as for the safety of the unvaccinated and to help eradicate the disease, we must all, for now, wear a mask when we fly. Of course, the fastest way to end the mask mandate is to accelerate vaccination. And we're making progress, but we're not there yet. But flight attendants and TSA officers aren't here to engage in debates on mask mandates, medical research, or political philosophy. They're here to make sure we have a safe flight, we make it to our destinations quickly, and we observe the rules of the flight. So just as you buckle up your safety belt when asked by a flight attendant, you should have your mask on when asked by a flight attendant, indeed prior to being asked by the flight attendant. And anyone who causes a disruption on aircraft should be severely punished. That is unacceptable behavior. It creates a critical situation on an aircraft and it endangers many others. So I will once again commend the flight crews and the flight attendants and the TSA. They should not be subject to this type of, indeed, assault in some cases. It's unacceptable. Now, I can remember, and you can too, months ago this place was not at all crowded, but this year we're moving forward. We've been able to...
TSA security checkpoints and the airport information desk. Please remember to practice social distancing and other safety measures in baggage claim areas and other locations throughout the airport. For more information on Rhode Island's COVID-19 policies, please visit health.ri.gov.
No, that's a good example of following the rules, listening to the instructions of the appropriate authority and following them. And so that's why we're here, to demonstrate that. We've been very fortunate over the last year to be able to provide resources to the airport, not just this airport, but airports throughout the country. I think here at TF Green, I've been able to secure about $27.2 million so that they could operate effectively, and now they're ready, again, literally to take off. So I think that's important. But again, we can't claim victory yet. We still have COVID problems. We still have to take precautions. So please wear your mask. Listen to your flight crew. And if you want to help end the mask mandate, help spread the word that vaccines are safe and effective, and please get them. Now, let me ask Dan Birch from the TSA to come up and make comments. Dan?
Thank you, Senator Reid. And I would just reiterate, as the Senator touched on a lot of key points as far as what the mandates are, and I'll get a little more into them. You know, the reality is in Rhode Island to date, we've been really blessed. Our passenger loads, that people are being fantastic. They want to comply. They just want to know what the rules are. And what I would, you know, the two biggest bits of advice I can give people would be when you fly at what we call the peak of the peak, so say the busiest time of the day, primarily around 5:30 in the morning till about 7 o'clock in the morning. If you would allow about 90 minutes to get here, you shouldn't have any issues at all getting through. You should have plenty of time. And that's normally what the problem is people are stressed on time. As far as the mask mandates, what I can tell you is we are charged with enforcing that. And we regulate the airport to ensure that the airport enforces that. So far, again, everybody's been very compliant. And the team, as far as the airport goes, TSA, all of the carriers, just everybody has been working in unison to make it happen, and it's really been a non-event here to date. You know, other than that, I can just say it is busy. I'm seeing a lot of mornings, I would say 20 minutes, 25-minute wait times have been pretty common. And it's really due to the way that the flights are scheduled and the way that they go out. You just realize we can process just so many people per hour. Regardless, with every lane open, we can still only process about 1,200 or 1,300 people per hour. So if we get 600, 700 people that are arriving all at once, and then they arrive in our queues all at once, we have to work our way through. And that's what causes those wait times. So thank you, and again, pack your patience, and thank you.
No violent incidents, no arrests here at Green?
Not at Green, and I just met yesterday with my counterparts with FAA because we share some of this responsibility, and same thing, nothing in Rhode Island.
Have you heard about Logan? Anything in Logan?
I don't have the data on Logan.
But one of the things that prompted me to get everyone together was I saw, as you probably saw, the assault on the flight attendant on the aircraft, and that was just absolutely horrible. It did not take place here, and I will join Dan in commending Rhode Island. I fly frequently, and I think the whole state has been remarkably cooperative, because I think here we appreciate it's not just about ourselves, it's about the health and welfare of everybody around us. There are some places, though, in the country where that's not the case, and airports and airplanes are the most likely place you meet people from all over the country. So we have to stress, I think, wearing the mask and also cooperating with the flight crew.